Oh, you had to say me about the okay, team becoming in handy, man. You know, 95 shit. You was set. Well, in the project, you got the prophet, you know, what's the prophet? We was giving it up, there's nothing to me. Never had a shot he ever seen everybody. Had to get out this position. Listen, I'm trying to do this two shots, two shots at the blue guy, he was back out. You know, I passed out. Oh, because of this shit, time and rain. Oh, this guy, that guy right there, man. So I'm here to thank everybody for all of the help and all of the generosity, all the lessons I've learned, all the relationships I've found, and thank you to my family. Thank you to everybody, you know, directly. You know, my girlfriend, my kid, my mom's. Everybody helps me out. Geek Aficionado did something tremendous when he helped me get my Hawk 2. That was very generous and very thoughtful and very appreciated. Like, that was so dope. So thankful for Aficionado. Everybody that chipped in and helped get that Hawk 2 done. Thank you guys so much. Anytime your boy's feeling a little blue or low, I look at that Hawk 2 dude and I say to myself, well, I still got a Hawk 2. And I got all these people that uh, support what the BIG does and and everything that I've done. They all appreciate. So thank you guys, everybody that did that. and all the lessons learned and all the books I've got through the years. Thank you, aficionado. You're the man, geek aficionado. Big Perry Comics, day one. Thank you, Perry. Really appreciate Perry. Perry's been here the whole time, dude. I remember Perry when I still had 100 subs. You know what I mean? And Perry's always been the same Perry I've always known, dude. Just a cool, chill, comic book loving, pop culture fucking enthusiast. Thank you, Perry. Benny Blanco, thank you, man. Benny Blanco is always in the chat. Appreciate Benny Blanco, Benny Compton. Benny's the fucking man. Great books. Evil Comics, thank you. Appreciate you too, man. Comic Journey in the fucking house. Evil Comics in the house. Oh, I'm getting a phone call, guys. Getting a phone kizzle. Yeah, Evil always comments. I got a phone call from Cali. It said California, and I'm like, I don't know anybody out in California. I kind of got off the phone quick with him. I didn't mean to like rush him off the phone, but
What's going on, brother?
he needed my address. What up, Big Bleak? Thank you for joining.
How you doing, my man?
Great, bro. Doing really good. Sending Cali my address. 1531 High Street, Fort Worth, Ohio. 45662. How you been doing, man?
I'm all right, man. You know, nothing crazy amazing, but I'm all right.
Yeah, I've been wanting to make a video. Kind of like, I talk about this shit all the time. But let me start off where I ended. I got a little frazzled there. So thank you, Journey. Appreciate you, man. I've learned a couple of things from Journey. Journey is a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, you got the first appearance of Namor from Journey. Good for you know.
Yeah, okay. No, there's actually some good information I've learned from Journey, but that's a good one. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with Journey. Journey is a fucking pretty good. He's a good guy when it comes down to it. Like if he
I
feels,
love Journey, man. I think Journey's awesome, dude. You don't have to preach Journey to me.
yeah,
He's the man for sure.
Evil Comics. He has a good, passionate appreciation of comic books. So I appreciate Evil.
I don't watch Evils enough, to be honest. I don't know when he's on. Maybe like I know I subscribe to him, but I don't get his notifications for some reason.
Well, he's very good at like leaving comments on my shorts and on my YouTube videos, and he's really swell, nice guy. And I try to
doesn't leave comments on my shit. Fuck you, Evil.
I don't know.
I just
yeah, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would if you just left a couple on his. He'd be all over it. But
yeah, probably.
Right. So I catch his lives, and he does like new comic book day, and he'll do like FOC, and he'll talk about books coming out. Unless I'm
Yeah,
tripping, I
he
feel like I
does
watch you.
comic book reviews as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I should have told Callie to hop on.
Yeah, man. Always fun hanging with Callie. What's he doing? Sending you some books?
Yeah, I paid for that book I've been trying to get.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think I'm giving him some money for a book this weekend myself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Got to get that first hymn, buddy. Got to get that first hymn.
Yeah, that's a pretty affordable book.
It's not that bad right now.
It's not that bad, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a 6.5 he's selling me, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, man. I just got done watching half of that Ant-Man Wasp. You got a chance to see that yet, Bleak?
I haven't watched it yet. I was gonna watch it today, but fucking, how shit goes. I did watch. What did I watch recently? I watched the Dungeons and Dragons one recently. I'm gonna watch Ant-Man though. I'm excited to watch it. People say it sucked, but I don't know. It's gonna be an alright movie, I'm sure.
Yeah, I watched about half of it, and I tell you, snoozer for the first half.
Is it that? It's a snoozer, eh?
Well, I really liked what everybody was kind of like. MODOK is fucking not that great. I'm a huge MODOK fan, and I'm in the boat of I think they did probably the best job with like I don't like fucking the way the High Evolutionary looks. I don't like the way Kang looks. I like fucking MODOK.
That's fair.
It's comical, it's funny, but that's who he is. You've read any fucking MODOK books in the last 10 years.
Well, he wasn't always comical and funny, but he has been for the longest
He's been pretty
time.
goofy. Yeah, even in Bronze Age. Even Bronze Age fucking MODOK.
Exactly. He didn't start out as goofy, but he definitely became more of a goofy character.
Yeah, I fucking loved the MODOK. I loved every scene with MODOK. I feel like MODOK stole the motherfucking show. Maybe it's one of those things where when you watch it in a live theater, the CGI doesn't hit as good. I felt like it was pretty good. I mean, it's not the greatest shit. It's just a big head and dorky legs. But if you compare that to, okay, here's Kang's aesthetic. Here's High Evolutionary's aesthetic. All they're doing is wear fucking clothes. They ain't fucking blowing me away. Like, when you look at fucking MODOK, it's like, oh, that's different. That's interesting. You know, it's not just some dude wearing fucking green and purple.
Well, I'm finding the problem with stuff with Kang, which I love actually the stuff with Kang, and I like that actor, except he's a whatever he did, whatever. It's all the special effects now have a gray wash to them. It's all it's not grounded in any kind of, I don't know, like reality. It's just it's a lot like when they did Green Lantern. It was just so meh. It was all right. That I don't the special they're doing them well, but there's something about them that I can't put my finger on it, but they're not resonating with me very well.
What other people in Ant-Man? Oh, you haven't seen it yet. That's right.
I haven't seen it, but I'm just talking. Yeah, I've seen some of the special effects in it, man. And it just doesn't resonate with me as well as much as it did at one point. I don't know why. Is it because I'm used to it, or is it because they're cheapening out on their special effects, or they've done something different that I don't like? I don't know. I can't figure it out. But
well, the second part or end of the movie, I quit watching it after he got the thing and he brought it back to save his daughter. I'm not trying to ruin it. It's not ruining it.
No, you can.
But, I got
everybody's seen it already. I'm an asshole for not seeing it yet.
Okay, good. So I'll talk about it. So
yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of like old Ant-Man and Wasp and younger Ant-Man and Wasp. Because, what's his name? The fucking old dude that's in it. Shit. I can't think of his name. Hey, babe, what was that guy's name? Melody,
Like the guy that plays Hank.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, the guy
Is
that
that his
plays
name?
Hank Pym.
I don't even know what their names are. Is the new Ant Man got a different name? I mean, I know they're considering him the Ant Man, but the old guy is
Yeah, I
kind of like
think the first one's Hank. I think he's Hank or whatever his name is.
okay. Yeah, the old one, fucking
Yeah,
Michael Douglas, whoever fuck it is, right?
yeah,
So, oh, Hank Pym. Okay, so it feels like him and Michelle Pfeiffer are like old school Ant Man Wasp, and then you got the guy we got now, the red guy, and his daughter are kind of like new Ant Man. That's what I felt like watching. I don't know if I completely understand what the fuck's going on.
let's talk about Michelle Pfeiffer, man. I'd still do that, bro. Jesus, she's looking pretty good for a fucking old gal.
Well, basically, the whole story is she was stuck in this universe for three decades or 3 years or something. 3 decades, 30 years, and she ends up like banging out three of the dudes in there. You had Kang, you had the Hank Pym, and then you had whoever the fuck else. Like she was
Sure,
fucking with
sure,
all of them. They were kind of like together, I guess. I don't know.
sure.
It felt like Kang was like, "Oh, I'm surprised she didn't bring me up." Like they were kind of together. Yeah, I was waiting for the cool ass Kang shit to happen. Like I'm sure it's coming. So a little bit of the MODOK shit. You get Bill Murray. I was waiting for Bill Murray to turn into the generic Hulk. I think that would be fun. But for the first half of it, fucking big stinker for me. I hope it turns up. I'll watch the end of it later. But what a stinker. I think I lost Big Bleeker. That's okay. I guess she looks okay for as old as she is.
Sorry, man. I don't know. My fucking stupid shopper keeps replacing all my fucking shit with stuff, and I'm getting pissed off at her. I'm gonna tell her to fucking stuff it up her ass pretty soon.
Ah, okay. I hear you, man. I don't know if I'm in a position or place in my collection where I've progressed, or am I in a different position than other people? Am I just fucking crazy? Am I weird? Uh,
Well, you have the option to slow down now if you really wanted to. You have the option to really pick and choose what you want because you already have all the good books. It's really pretty simple actually. Or you have the option to upgrade all the books that you have and
that's the
do it
thing.
that way.
Do I want to make that next step and get like a ASM one or Hawk one? Do I want to make that? That's perfect. You said that because I've definitely depleted my books down to I probably own about I used to own about like 15,000 or 10,000 books I think at one point. I don't fucking know. It was
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
I feel like it was that much. And now I'm down to like 5 or 6K.
Jesus.
I don't have that many books.
You still got enough though to fucking make trades and wheels and deals, and you could probably, like I said, you could either upgrade the books that you have, or you can go on and pick and choose which ones you really want.
Salute K-pop. Thank you. I really appreciate all the support you gave me and a bunch of my friends through the years. K-pop is a big help in the community. Very knowledgeable, very good
I can't thank
person.
K-pop enough. Honestly, she always hops on my stream, and I really appreciate her, man. So thank you
Yeah,
very much.
K-pop supports Bleeker heavy, and that is dope. And I appreciate Pop and Bleak. While you're here, Bleak, man, thank you for all the help you gave me through. Like I've learned a few things from Bleak for sure.
Yeah,
Probably more life lessons than fucking comic book. Really, like I've really got to kind of
yeah, man.
understand and be, you got to be like humble and appreciative. And Bleak's
Well,
a very
we're buddies now, brother. We're buddies now. It's not even about comic books anymore. Sorry. You know,
yeah.
I know we're just on the internet and all that, but you're a friend of mine, bro. And I treat my friends with respect, and I have their back. So
yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knows I'm appreciative and I'm happy and I'm really grateful for
Are we
everything.
sucking each other's dicks? Is that what we're doing here?
Today is a bit of a circle jerk. It's
Bit
not.
of a
I'm not
circle
no
jerk.
part of
Okay.
any
All right.
channels or memberships or any of that stuff. Yo, TM Nerdy, what up, my guy?
Well,
Appreciate TM.
I know Spine Ticks doesn't pop in very often, but Spine Ticks really helped me get online and get my shit together there. So thanks to Sith Lordly and Spine Ticks. Who else do we need to jerk off today? I'll jerk some
Well,
people
I
off.
was just talking about TM, and I appreciate TM. TM is very funny guy. He's smart as fuck. He knows his books very well. He makes me feel good about uh, the future of comic book community because he is entertaining and he jumps out of the box more than most people. Like you're not a play in the box kind of guy. That's how TM is kind of. So I appreciate
Good.
you, TM. Funk Comics. I just want to make sure everybody knows. Everybody pops in here, especially Funk Comics, dude. Funk. I've never met him. Never did a stream with him. Funk's got my fucking back. I got Funk's back. Me and Funk sent each other crazy books through years. Like I've sent him Nova. He sent me Transformers One, MT One. You know, we just fucking AOK the shit out of each other through the years. Thank you,
Well,
Funk.
and I think we
Possibly,
all owe Michael Baker a fucking thank you. Fuck, Michael Baker. Thanks for hanging out in all our chats and always being the first one to say hey.
yes. Michael Baker is awesome. He got some books from you. I think he bought some books, right?
Nice.
From you.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Baker bought Batman 427 from me. 9.8. Paid a good buck for it, and it was a very good deal. I gave him a good deal on it, but it was still a pretty expensive book. So thanks, Michael.
So
Freaky
Freaky,
Louie.
yeah, man. Thank you so much that you fucking popped up and reminded me to thank Big Freaky Louie for
Yeah,
not
man.
only hopping on Comic Collector Club and giving me a good time, but hanging out with my friends and promoting the show, which meant a lot to me because
Yeah,
Freaky,
did you see his
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
music video? It was awesome, man.
yeah. He made a rap video, man,
Yeah, it was
and
wicked.
Freaky's always told me he's got my back and he loves me, and I believe that. I appreciate you, Freaky. What up, Big Pop?
Hey,
Thank
there
you,
he is.
Pop.
Oh yeah, don't
Pop.
forget K-pop's got a show today. I think at 6 o'clock as well. So everybody, if you're hanging out, K-pop's
Yeah,
got
everybody.
another artist on her fartist feature.
Yo, thank you, Pop, for buying a couple lots from me recently when I was trying to get that. What was my last book I got? FF48.
Like,
You
shut
helped.
up. What was that one? What was that little book I grabbed again?
I forgot for a millisecond. I forget which.
Look at you. You're fucking ever the showman. Ever the showman.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make sure Pop did buy like that's 2 or 3 lots from me. I think in the last few.
I'm gonna be
He
on
didn't have to do that.
I'm gonna be on Papa's auction tomorrow, actually.
I enjoyed Biggie's monologue the other day. Thank you, Comic Books Galore. Thank you so much, man. I've been enjoying just like you know what I've been doing a lot lately is like cleaning and wiping shit down and just appreciating the things you have. Like I completely straightened up my bedroom. I got my
Oh,
kitchen looking fucking good, bathroom looking good, you know, and I want everything to be really nice. I washed outside of my front house. I put new curtains in the front room so you don't see. I had some shitty curtains.
got some heavy
So
spring cleaning going on over there, I guess. Eh?
been working hard, man. Been trying to make shit really nice around here. So you just never know, man. Like I think about you whenever I'm straightening up. Like you've had to fucking move 2 or 3 times.
Oh, it's a nightmare, bro. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, you don't even get a chance to get fucking comfortable in your own house. It's like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah, I know. It's a fucking nightmare, bro. It really is. It's a fucking nightmare. Whatever.
Horrible.
We're working it out. We're working it out. Someday Miss Wright will show up and she'll be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Just buy a house," and I will, and that'll be it.
Yeah. So if I could just like spread some positive energy out, just appreciate everybody around you and fucking be open to learning new things. I would have never been able to probably get half the shit I could if I wasn't open to talking to people like you guys and watching. I've learned so many things from watching videos and people talk about their books and how they was able to get more books. So you go flip some books and you get a book and how to get good ones. And thankfully, most of the books I own are complete and good and not in horrible. I mean, they're low grade. I love low grade, and I'll go into why I think low grade's still undervalued is because entry point books on a lot of these get sold more than the high grade. So people go for 9.8. So what are you going to do with a fucking 9.8 FF1?
Yeah, it's impossible to sell it, man. There's like 5 people that it's just you get much smaller den of people that can afford it. So.
Yeah, most people that have those, they either want to keep them or they want like the money you wouldn't like tomorrow's money for them. Like,
You have to put that on like Heritage or fucking Elite or something like that. You can't sell that as just a comic book.
Yeah, the kind of books I fucking get are the kind of books that people easily let go of because they're not.
Well, sure. You
They're
pay
not mid grade or
$800
high grade
for it.
books.
You can sell it for 1,600 probably in a couple of years. Like those low grades are still pretty good, man.
Yeah, they're easier to flip. They're easier to sell. People
Yeah.
think, oh, you don't want low grade. Nobody will want. People will fucking buy it. People are
Fuck
looking
yeah,
for
they will. People will absolutely buy it. Yeah, low grades are all right in books like that. You've got good books. In just regular books, low grades suck. But in big key comics, low grades are all right.
There's a lot of science to low grade. If a fucking 2.0, I've seen 2.0s that are complete. The whole spine's there, both staples attached. They could just have a big ass crease all the way down it, or 2 or 3. Then I've seen 2.0s with the spine cut 3/4 and chunks took out of them, and oh, it's a real fucking wild, crazy.
It's a crapshoot when you get down below a 3. It's like 3 and down. It could be a
Yeah.
real fucking crapshoot. You can get a shitty ass 3, and I've seen better looking 2s than better than 3s.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just weird.
Yeah. 3.0 is usually a pretty good book.
Not
Like,
bad,
if you
unless
got a
they've got a lot of the
3.0,
front cover missing. Unless they got a lot of chipping and whatever shit like that. But
right? I feel like if you got a 3.0, man, it's like it's probably put together, probably both staples, complete, pretty good book. Now 4.0s and 5s, it's like damn, those could be either like 7s or 8s if they look good on a good day and shit like that. But I think you're right. Anything under like a 4 or 3.0, it's a crapshoot, bro.
it
Like,
really is. Well, what you got your FF48, and they graded it low because of a water stain, but it looks better than the 1.5 you were looking at. By far, looks better than that book.
I look at slab 3.0s and shit that look just like mine or a little bit
Yeah,
more.
man. And just because it's got a water stain on it, whatever. That's not that big a deal. Like, I'll take that all day long over a shitty 2.0 that's missing cover, missing back cover, missing whatever, missing part of the story. Like, fuck that, man. I'd rather, much rather have what you have.
I tell you, bro, what's fucking hella interesting, fam. And this is breaking news, guys. I don't know how many of y'all know this. I was watching Big Hoarder Hide the other day. Shout outs to Hoarder's Hide. And he got like a 50 CGC slab submission back.
Yeah.
And I've never heard this greater smoke before. Tell me if y'all have heard it. But it said, excuse me, hold on. It said bad pressing. Something to do with the press. The grader that graded his fucking book told him it wasn't pressed right. So at that fucking point, right? Shouldn't it be a fucking purple label restoration book? If the fucking grader
if he knows it's pressed, it should have got restored label.
I don't get this whole fucking thing. That's why I don't. I mean, I have nothing against pressers or anything. They're fucking miracle workers. They're great.
You're talking to one, bro. You're
right.
talking to one.
Yeah, like Bleecker presses books for a living. I'm just saying, like for me, I'd rather keep that fucking water damage and all that original. It's like a fucking patina. Like once you press that fucker, it's never original again.
You can't get water damage out of them. People that are pressing, people are using weird methods now. They're trying all this new shit like UV lights, which is terrible for your books. They're trying just do it the old fashioned way, man. It's just a press and clean. It's nothing major. Get the dirt off, fucking press your book, throw it in. I get
Oh,
it.
it's a party now,
Everybody
boys.
wants a 9.8, but fuck's sake, man, quit fucking with your books so much that
What's going
The
on,
whole, the
Biggie?
whole
it fucks them up.
What up, Big Galore Journey? So the whole thing is now is that CGC is now knocking people, and they're able to point out if you press your book. So is it worth fucking even trying anymore? If CGC
Uh,
is poorly
It's
pressed,
absolutely worth trying. I've got a great record of 9.8s and 9.6s with nobody ever saying
the thin line.
fucked
They
up
shouldn't be
pressing.
pressing books if they're going to fucking grade against pressing, then they shouldn't press books either.
If you're going to be selling books or flipping books and stuff like that, the most money to be made is in the low grades of high key.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%, Journey.
Yeah,
You
point
can make
fives,
the
1.0.
most amount of money. You could find that beat to shit FF5 or something like that in somebody's garage, and they won't put any value in it. You get super cheap, and you sell it for high money. You can't do that with high grade.
Nope.
No. And if you do, it's like one or two a month. Like low grades sell daily. It's like
A
people
month.
buy
Yeah,
low grades.
you can't sell $100,000 book a month. I think that's impossible.
So
Unless it's like a super modern. If it's super modern, it's got to be high grade.
Yeah, it has to be. Otherwise, it's worthless.
You know, if
So
you're
you
going to get a super modern book, you can't be buying anything under like 9.6. You know, it's got to be high. You know,
Especially when people are selling all these moderns right off the shelf for $30 a pop. If you're buying a modern book at $30 the day it comes out, that thing better be a fucking 9.8.
yeah.
$100 books, raw.
Same thing is applying to the fucking car market right now, man. I'm realizing right now, I had like a whole bunch of car problems this fucking week, and right now, the fucking sticker prices they're putting on all the new cars is like fucking
It's like twice as much as it was 3 years ago. Yeah.
Holy shit! You have no idea. Like it's like fucking jumped up like through the roof, and the used car market is like ridiculous too. I don't get it. You know,
Everything's jumped up, Journey. Everything's jumped up. Groceries, fucking
Yeah,
cars.
I mean, a stick of
fucking
butter is fucking $3 now. Like, what are we talking about?
The only thing that's gone down in price is fucking weed. Go figure.
yeah, the only thing is that if you're printing that much money, there's going to be consequences.
Oh yeah, it's all we're all
If you keep
fucked.
printing and printing and print, you know, you can have a hamburger that's like $50 at McDonald's now.
It'll be like going to Germany, fucking paying $3,000 for a fucking loaf of bread and shit back in World War II. Pretty
No,
dumb.
but you're talking about the restoration, right, Big?
Yeah.
A second ago? But
Yeah.
you were saying the pressing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's it. Well, the pressing, it's not, you were saying, why isn't that restoration, right?
Right.
well, it's
The
not.
thing is that nothing was added to the comic book that wasn't originally part of it.
Okay.
That's why. So if you add like a foreign material that isn't originally part of it, then they consider that
Right.
restoration.
But
That
would
makes
they
sense.
not consider it restoration if they noticed the pressing? Because most people don't notice that the book was pressed. But when the grader writes on the grader's notes bad pressing, do you think that it should get a restored label?
No.
Well, he's saying nothing's added to it, which
Nothing was
makes
added.
sense.
Nothing was added to it. All that
Well-
happened was they altered the book.
It's a thin line, man. Like,
Nothing was added. Is the point?
Nothing's
That's
added.
the key.
yeah, that's true.
Just
But
like if you
let's
take a Q-tip or something and cleaning it off.
That's
You're not-
another thing. Does that add it? Is it adding if you're taking away
Yes,
shit?
yes.
Like, what you
No.
If you
fucking
if you clean a book, it depends on the type of cleaning, because if you're using chemicals to clean the book, which some people do,
You
That's
they
should.
use certain types of chemical erasers, or they soak it in some type of chemical liquid. The liquid is going to be absorbed into those fibers. Now you've added something to the book that wasn't originally there.
And you've
I
also
think that's
taken
where
off
that
the
comes from.
shining on the outside as well. It's a really bad process. Don't let somebody chemically treat your books. It's terrible.
No, I've seen that when they use like some, I don't know what they use, if it's like bleach or what, to make the pages white.
Peroxide and water. Peroxide and it has to be distilled water, but they use distilled water and peroxide mix.
You ever see when somebody freaking takes a comic and puts it under their fucking shower head?
Yeah.
That blows my freaking mind every time I see that.
Yeah, it's terrible. Don't do it.
The only and
There's
then,
a guy
they
that
can
does
do
it,
it.
the comic
Entertain
book
the shit out of
doctor,
me.
whatever. He's very good at it.
Oh, with
Kudos
water.
to that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
and then, but so the second thing, but because you guys kind of ran past it really quick, but I still wanted to comment on it, was when you try to sell the larger books in high grade, like you're saying FF1 and a 9.8. To me, I don't know how many there are in that grade. Let's just say there's two. Let's pretend that there's two in a 9.8 and FF1. Something like that, you're right. There's a smaller pool of people you can draw from to purchase something like that. And if you were to, this is my opinion, and I don't have data to back up what I'm about to say, but I've noticed when people buy something very expensive like that and they don't hold on to it for a significant period of time, meaning like 5 to 10 years, they don't allow it to go back onto the market for 5 to 10 years. When they don't do that and they sell it the next year or 6 months, it typically goes for less than what they paid. So if you hold that book and create such like need or want of it, like this hasn't been introduced in 10 years, then you got all these rich dudes going after that one. I haven't seen that thing in 10 years, and they've advertised the shit out of it for like the last 4 months in catalogs and advertising. Then that's when you get records.
That helps as well, but at the same time, market conditions play a big factor. Economy plays a big factor, and the other thing is the margins are much thinner compared to the margins. I'm not talking about actually how much money you make. I'm talking about just the like percentage of how much you make on your investment on those bigger books because of the cost of actually selling them. Because you can't sell them like go on the street and sell to your neighbor. You got to go through an auction house, or you got to go through something that you're paying like high percentages to be able to get them sold. Plus, you got Uncle Sam to deal with. So there's not the margins are not there. Those are like trophy pieces.
Yeah, I agree to what you're saying to a certain extent, but I feel that there are books that are exempt from that concept, like an Action 1 or something like that, in a high grade. And they purposely withhold the book for like 10 years, and it's in all the and you're right, per year they've held on to it per year. How much have they made per year when they sell it? If they bought it for $1 million and they sell it for 3 million, but they held it for 10 years, you have to see how much is that per year that they made. I see what you're saying, and then you still have to pay the percentage, like you're saying. There's the selling fee, and then
it doesn't necessarily always work out time wise. In 10 years, you could be going through like a recession at that point. So there's no real way to be able to factor in how much the margin is make. You're going to make money on these books because somebody's going to want them, and usually the people that want them are the people that have the funds to be able to purchase them. But it's just the margins aren't there.
So here's the thing, right? Okay. X-Men 1 3 years ago, like a 2.0 was 30K.
Mm-hmm.
Now a 2.0 is like 12K.
Yeah, but you're using COVID math. That's not fair.
I'm just putting it out there. Like, okay, well, even with COVID math, that's a fucking book. That's supposed to be like a blue chip book. That book isn't supposed to. It fluctuated so high that it crashed down.
That's a different. All right. Look, I can't explain every single thing because there's a lot of like unpredictability with like you just mentioned, the COVID thing changes the equation and everything. But
yeah,
the Silver Age book,
2021 and 2022.
the Silver Age books are they're too and I know people are going to kind of, there might be some people that are on your channel here that'll say, it is rare or whatever. In comparison to Golden Age books, where there's only like 50 in existence, relative to that, Silver Age books aren't that rare. When you have thousands of copies, you have like 4,000 copies of X-Men #1. You don't have 4,000 copies of Action 1. I think there's only like 200 or 300 copies. So when you have that level of rarity, it changes the game. There's more room for drop when things can easily be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Like Silver Age books, including X-Men 1 and even Amazing Fantasy 15. There were books in high grade that sold for a lot of money during 2021, like at the peak.
Mm.
I think a AF-15 and a 7.0 or 7.5 was selling for like 200,000 or 300,000, and then now it's back down to 100K. So whoever bought that lost $200,000.
Big time.
Some Golden Age books did have millions of copies printed. They just had the comic book authority code error.
If you were buying books at high prices at the peak,
I think Action 1 did print a book. Now there might only
that's a real issue for you, not for anybody else, but for the person that did that, that's a huge issue, man.
There might
But
only
for
be like
somebody who was smart enough to not buy books at the peak, people who are actually into comics and interested in and know about comics. Hopefully, we all manage to stay out of that nonsense and get good deals. I did during the whole COVID thing. I got great deals and didn't have to pay too much for my big key books.
I sold a lot of books in 2021.
Yeah,
I probably
great time
sold
to
like
sell.
like half my stuff. I think I sold.
Great time to sell.
I sold a majority of I sold books that I didn't think I was going to sell to get my GSX before the bubble fucking completely crashed. As soon as it was crashing, I went after the GSX. And I still think that was the best time to do it because it kind of went up a little bit since then.
It's stabilized.
It definitely
stabilized. That's because of the rumors now. With all the Deadpool rumors and all the Wolverine rumors, everybody's just waiting for the X-Men to come in. So
no, it's a matter of time before it goes right back up again.
Yeah, holding on to X-Men books is not a bad idea.
Well,
now
everyone's just waiting, right? They're just bated breath. They're just waiting, and then all of a sudden you'll see those X-Men books pop up again, and they'll be all really expensive because everybody that bought them too high is trying to sell them.
I tell you, man, a fucking X-Men 2 isn't a bad book to buy, bro. Like I'm kind of like
X-Men
you got
1 to 10 would be fantastic.
X-Men 2 is super cheap. I don't understand why it's so cheap compared to
it's a second appearance of the original X-Men. Like how fucking many more second? It's like the second appearance of fucking GSX. It's. I might have to get it. That's probably gonna be my next one,
dude. Don't talk it up until you have it.
I know, man. I mean, fuck. Just think about it.
Rookie mistake.
Fucking Cyclops, Iceman, Professor fucking X.
First Vanisher.
It's a first Vanisher, yeah, but I mean, still, you could get like an entry level fucking X-Men 2 for like $500 or some shit. I think, dude, like it's fucking crazy.
Oh, you could even find it cheaper than that.
You think so?
Yeah, they people have been talking about this book forever, and for some reason, I don't know why people just don't want it.
Nobody gets it. I don't know anybody's got one.
So it's one of those things where you could get a decent copy, and actually, I'm eventually going to pick one up, because I got a few other from that first 10 run that I like to pick the first 10 up. But
doesn't Alan have a copy?
What's
Alan's got a copy of everything. Fuck. I can't mention a book anytime ever and be like, "Oh, this is a cool book." Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, I hope
Alan comes right back. Here it is.
That book is beneath Alan.
Tells me the story about it. I'm like, "Thanks, Alan. Thanks
that buddy. Book is beneath Alan. He's like, yeah. There's more than 4 copies of this. I don't want it. That's Alan's thing with those books. He needs things that are at least 100 years old.
Well, I think I'm gonna do my rap song and then we'll do some more hanging out. If you guys got a second. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody's mic. I'll bring y'all back after I do my shit. I've been rhyming. If y'all got a dip or you're doing something, that's cool too. But hopefully y'all stick around. All right, here we go. I think everybody's muted. Check me out, guys. So, bitches is hoes to me. You ain't even close to me. That's how it's supposed to be, even in the family tree. Now, rule 1, get your book straight. These crooks hate Big Shaq the Great. Rule 2, watch your own crew. It'd be the ones close to you that will take it from you. Rule 3, fuck with me. That's your last mistake. Believe in immortality. One more fatality. You see, number 4, nobody winning in war. Word for word, pussies get what they deserve. Raised in the dirt, selling perks to some jerks. God works in mysterious ways. Hysteria pays. On your knees and pray. 100 Biggie Shacks and 5 Joe Kuberts. Now you're forgiven and saved. Fuckers bleed first. Please fuck your whole team. Learn to watch the community more like some circle jerks. Spit in your homies' hands and get to work. Busting nuts on V-cut shirts. I don't know why, but they are often wet. I get my umbrella. I'm a fucking vet. NWO is the fucking set. There you guys go.
Such language.
Yeah, there was a lot of fucks in that one. I was listening to Tupac.
Fucking vulgar.
Tupac was, get your motherfucking crew in your motherfucker. He always said fuck, man.
A lot of
He's
motherfuckers in there. A lot of
I
motherfuckers.
love that guy. Oh man, I found my goddamn pre-Transformers. I lost this son of a bitch.
Is
And I
that
thought,
that fucking that? I saw your short video today a bit. I think.
yeah, check this out, man. So I've been telling you I've been doing a lot of cleaning, and this is like a pre-Transformers, like one of them monster guy fucking weird things. It's like a gold nugget. It's so cool, and it's got a compass on the inside. Now it wants to work. It wasn't working yesterday, but yeah, it's got this compass in here. And if I was to go to try to buy this thing, I'd have to spend like $100 or so. I ended up getting it for like $8, and you know I like Transformers, so I was a little salty when I lost it, but it's back now. It's all good. Did I fix it? Yeah.
Did you
Does
guys
anybody
see those? Big, do you look at those Super 7 figures?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The little, I think they're the 3 3/4. I was looking at some of those. They're pretty cool.
Nice. You showed me some figures last time. That were pretty sweet. What up, Porter's Hide? I was talking about your poorly pressed Raiders note, trying to educate people. Like that's the hell of a Porter's Hide knows. Trev's always commenting. Shout outs to Trev, man. Trev's good. Aggressively relaxing. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. Like learning just keys, bro. Like I would learn the first Jason Voorhees was Satan 6 tops, polybag number 2 or whatever the fuck it was, and I got like 15 of those. Marvel Team Up 5 or whatever the fuck with the first.
You still got any of those first Jason Voorhees? I'd like one.
Fuck no, I fucking saw it everything.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
What do you think about first appearances that weren't originally part of the comic book realm? They're originally movies or whatever, and then they like Thundercats and He-Man and stuff like that.
I love those books. That's my bread and butter, man. So I love those books. I have the first Thundercats and the first He-Man and all that shit. It's fucking awesome.
Do you think they have like?
You're not mad that it showed up on TV before comics, are you? Though,
nope, not at all, brother. Not even. In fact, I'm happy that I get to read more of the story because where I first learned it was fucking television. That's where I first learned everything, for fuck's sake. That's where I first saw Spider-Man. That's where I first saw wrestling. That's where you first see everything, and then you go, "Oh my god, there's a whole world." And then you walk by a fucking spinner rack, and you go, "Oh my god, fucking more Spider-Man or more Rick and Morty or more whatever you're into, man." And,
Hey, why aren't the wrestling books more collectible? Like I always find them like in dollar bins and like freaking shit bins for some reason.
wrestling is a pretty big seller. I don't know, man. There's like don't get me wrong. There's not it's not a huge population, but they're pretty like
That's what
pretty
I
big
would
on
think.
their shit.
I guess not in New York. I always find them like in like discount bins for some reason.
Maybe
Like,
there's a bigger separation between the two.
Because usually wrestling
Because
comics are garbage. Is why wrestling comics take more shit. Like if they rarely do something actually halfway interesting with a wrestling character. In my opinion.
So what? So do you think that a first appearance of Stone Cold in a comic book would have value?
I will to somebody.
that's the thing. It has to be to that one person that's like so nuts into Stone Cold.
How about comic book versus magazine first appearances? That's more interesting to me because my guy
You mean like Malibu versus Spawn 1 kind of thing?
Almost more like the fucking
Todd
Marvel.
McFarlane says Spawn 1's the first.
Like Star-Lord.
Just saying.
That's what he does. That's what he
I
does
was
about-
going to the Rocket Raccoon shit, like Satana 6 or whatever the fuck with Rocket. They consider that like his first comic book appearance, but it's a magazine. So for me, like it's always the comic book, but people pay more for the magazine. You know, Vampire was a magazine.
It really
I
depends
think
on
the
the
first
story of the
appearance is the first
magazine, I guess.
appearance.
Conan was a magazine.
Man-Thing was a magazine.
Hulk's been a magazine. There's been a lot of Marvel magazines.
Hulk was a comic.
It's been a magazine as well, though.
He's been in a magazine, yeah. There's a first solo Moon Knight magazine, but his first appearance is in a comic. And I just like the comics, but sometimes the magazines are worth more. Like they had Marvel magazines back then.
This is the way I look at it. The first appearance is the first appearance, regardless if it's a magazine or a comic. And now that CBCS decided that they're actually going to start grading books free now, so now you have two options. It's not only CGC. You're going to see more and more people buying these magazines.
So wait, you said that who's doing magazines? You said
CBCS just started doing magazines like a month ago.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool then.
Yeah, so like now you're going to see a lot of different, little different dynamics because up until now CGC was the only game in town as far as grading books, and apparently, you know, as much as we hate the grading companies, they do jumpstart collectability on some things. So now that people can know what the true value, what the true grades are on certain magazines, it's going to help them actually pay bigger dollars for something. You know, I wouldn't be surprised in like a year to 2 years from now, the price that you're seeing for Savage Tales #1, which is the first Man-Thing, goes up 30-40% from where it is right now. If you write that, you know,
Because
call me out on it.
Because you're saying there was no way that there was like as much consistency as when there's a graded copy.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And CGC was the only place in town, and their holders are terrible. No, now CGC
they're loose, right?
Yeah. So now CGC actually just brought out the next generation of holders, which is a lot better than what they were using before. And simultaneously, CGCS decided they're going to launch a magazine division. So this is it's a game changer for that sector of the hobby. People are not noticing it right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some books that I think are worth grading as magazines, grade them, and just hold on to them because I have a feeling that once people start catching up to it, it's going to be too late.
You know what? I have a signed. What is that? Superman versus Muhammad Ali, and I never sent that into CGC because I didn't know if the cases they had could accommodate that. But it's already signed by Neil Adams, so I'll probably send it to CBCS.
Yeah, they could verify it for you. I don't like verifications. I don't trust them, but they're the only ones that will do it for a magazine now.
Yeah, the book I bought I got it directly from him. I know it's real. I know what you're saying though. Yeah, the verification.
I don't trust them. They're freaking. There's just too many holes in their system. But you know, it's different. If you're the person that actually got it signed and stuff like that, you know for a fact it was the case. You know, there's nothing going to change that for you. You know, but
Yeah.
buying one straight from somebody else, like I like the ones that actually say witness. Instead of verified.
So I got the Hulk
Nice.
Annual 1 today. I still got to get my Venom. I got the Avengers 1 facsimile.
Why'd you get that? You got the real thing.
That's why I got it, because I got the real one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't need the
Let me
freaking
show
fake
you.
one.
Oreo! Oreo!
I'm wondering
Nice.
if other people are thinking the same way I am with the magazine holder.
You recently picked that up, right? The 48.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
That's pretty sick. That's fun to do.
You don't you don't display that that Avengers 1, right? Or you do?
I just keep it by top loader.
Okay.
Yeah, but line, everything's there. Pretty sweet. I got like 9 slabs. So thank you, Doc Savage. I always got when I do an appreciation video, I got to thank him. 23.
Oh, that's nice. I like that cover. That's sick. When did you get that?
About 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man. 1.8, bro. It's probably
Is that a pretty pricey book?
I've seen lower grades around 500, I think, 800. Like,
Yeah, it's not cheap because it's got all the elements that a lot of people go after. You got the Nazis on there and everything.
yep. I got to thank Stunner, Stone Cold. He helped get my timing. Well, not a lot of people flexing the timeliness in the community.
I think that might be my favorite book in your collection.
I love this book, bro. This is definitely cool, bro. I think I have a fascination with getting my favorite characters are characters that are hard to get first appearances of. So Captain America is my favorite Marvel character, and then Superman is my favorite DC character. And so you could dream. You know?
So ambush bug's not on the list then. Is that what you're telling me?
Nah, Ambush. I don't think Ambush got a chance.
All right.
What issue was that Superman?
23. This is World's Finest 2. This is probably more historical than the Superman 23 because it's like the second or third time Batman, Superman, and Robin are on the cover. It just let alone Batman and Superman. It's like the third or fourth time they ever on the cover, let alone Robin. But yeah, man, this is like considered the first World's Finest, even though it's called World's Finest 2. World's Finest Comics. The ones before it was World's Best and World's Fair. So it's very weird, but this is actually the third issue, right? Yeah, there's 2 for this. Pretty interesting. This is 1941, I think. Yeah, 1941. It's my earliest Superman book. The other one's 43. I love this book, dude. You know, I got all my books. I got my fucking FF48, my SM300, X-Men, whatever, but I still got my Vision, dude. You know, Vision is a dope book. My girlfriend,
It's such an underrated book.
such a cool book.
I don't know why people don't I like that more. As much as I would expect them to.
Doc hooked me up with this one too. The heroin issue, very cool. 7.5, such a clean book. I'm gonna take it out of the bag for y'all. Okay, 7.5 Silver Age, boys. Goddamn gravy. What a book, man. That's so badass, dude. That's the go-to drug issue, right, guys?
I think my favorite book that you just showed right now was that Superman.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, that's just a really insane cover.
It's a lot of people. It's my favorite book in my collection. They tell me that all the time. Doc,
As a Captain America.
well, I haven't finished yet, guys. But that's fair. I can understand why. I got that Hulk 2. I was talking about Geek Aficionado.
Second appearance, right?
Second appearance.
That's cool.
It's a first appearance too, though. It's the first Green Hulk.
Green Hulk, yeah, green. That's pretty sweet.
That's fucking about as good as it gets. It's one of the best.
Don't forget, it's the first appearance of the Toadman too.
First Toadman.
Nice.
And last.
No, they showed up in She-Hulk #2.
Did they come back? Because he fucking murdered them all.
No, they brought him back in the sensational She-Hulk 2, just as a goof.
Dude, Hulk 2 is such a great read, bro. He ends up, he don't even know if he could be fucking handled, right? He's just like, yo, I'm a fucking monster, right? He's like, I'm gonna go lock myself up underneath this mountain in a jail cell. Guess what? It didn't keep him. He busted out. He thought maybe it's a nighttime thing, or he didn't even know it was an anger issue. And he ends up get like the Kirby cannon alien technology Kirby blaster and blast all them motherfuckers to hell. It was fucking great. I love this cover. So one. Glad I got that.
Well, people with anger issues rarely think that it's an anger issue.
Yeah, they didn't even know. It's kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, right? Or Frankenstein kind of deal.
I love the Hulk. That's my favorite character.
My House of Secrets 92, man. You know, I feel like my collection, I hit every fucking base I really wanted to hit, dude. I'm not really worried about it. Like I was saying, X-Men 2 might be my best bet for my next book.
Biggie's got me weird on that Superman 23 now.
I can talk about that Superman 23 all day, bro. Doc, no shit, bro. My guy Doc, he says it's his favorite Golden Age Superman cover.
That's cool.
It's done by where's it at? Jack Burnley. Jack Burnley did this cover.
Okay.
And he's a fantastic Superman. I don't know what the fuck I did to this light.
Biggie, what's your favorite place to buy comics? Like, do you like prefer buying them in person, or you like online?
Well,
yeah, those are sweet.
This book is so sweet, bro. Back cover is fucking sick.
That's a nice 1.8 too. That's like.
I might get a grade bump. I don't know what was wrong with it. But,
Damn,
I mean,
dude.
just have a complete copy, and that should be present really well. And
It looks like a 4.
I don't know. It's a great looking copy. It really is.
Biggie, where do you prefer to buy these big books? Online or in person?
I tell you, man, the fucking the best place to get them is in person if you want the best deal. But I'll buy from people. I'll buy from online. I would if I could recommend a place to buy, I would go to my comic shop a lot. If you can get the book at my comic shop, they undergrade and their prices are pretty good. And now, if you're looking to get a deal, you're probably gonna have to go to eBay. I don't know nothing about Whatnot. I guess that's a pretty good place too. I just don't want another app on my phone.
But you don't go hunting in person and that kind of thing. You know,
I've
go
done it
around
before. I went out of town and I ransacked shops. I'll scope out a shop in about 3 or 4 hours and be able to pretty much know what they got and all that shit. And I've done that, but there isn't many good places. The only good lick I ever got was my antique shop bought a lot, and they bought a storage unit lot, and they got a whole collection, and they brought it in, and they didn't know what it was. And I gave them a lot of the books, and I said, these books are worth money. I thought I was going to be able to get at them later, but I didn't give them the real serious heavy shit. It took a while for me to unearth it. I'm talking a whole semi truck full of fucking books, long boxes, short. It was a dude's like comic shop and his PC. It was that good. I found all types of 15 copies of this and that, and a lot of good Silver Age, and that's why I got most of my books. But yeah, the antique shop was very good, and they got some good money off me. They didn't get completely ripped off, you know. My LCS is good too. I've gotten some great books from there, man. I've gotten like 5 or 6, $200 or $300 books from them. What do you think, though, Journey?
I don't know. I like the hunt of going in person and trying to make a deal. Like whether it's somebody that's selling it on their own, or somebody that's doing a garage sale, or somebody that's liquidating shit. You know, I enjoy that more than just buying it online. It's easy to
Yeah,
buy online.
it's hard to meet people and buy from people too, though. If you
Oh,
ain't,
super hard. Here in New York, everybody knows what they have, so they're freaking charging shit through the nose, over FMV half the time. That's what makes it even more fun because, like, when you find a good deal, you're like, wow, you know?
well, I was in my LCS the other day, and I kind of remember when I got to the back room, I took about 4 or 5 short boxes and I kind of threw them out. And I was like, I'm going to keep these out here so I can see them later. And I just now remembered where I put them because I seen them on the fucking floor. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And there's about 10 or 20 books I'd buy. You know, there's like first 2099 Hawk, first cover appearance Maestro. There was a Powerpuff Girls Cartoon Network issue, kind of interesting. Just weird shit, you know, foil covers, X-Men anniversaries. So there's still a ton of shit for me to buy. Now, am I going to run across another first Thunderbolts newsstand? Probably not. Am I going to find another first Amadeus Cho? I doubt it. Am I going to find 20 Canon 1s? I don't think so. So I'm pretty much wrapped up. Like, I've gotten every fucking minor key out of my local area. Now, I could sell some of my PC books and go after a Hawk 1 or Hawk 2, but I got that FF48 by Scrimpin. That was mostly books I got in the last 4 months. Those were all books I got after my FF6, so I didn't sell any PC shit.
If you had the choice of giving up everything you have in your collection right now for a copy of Hulk 1 and a copy of, I don't know, your Thor guy, of Journey into Mystery number 83. Those are the only 2 books, but you got to give up everything else.
No, fuck. My collection is way more than those 2 books.
Listen, I didn't say great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what are the grades?
Yeah.
They'd have to be fucking nutty. I mean, maybe 9.0s. I don't know. Fuck. What do you mean? I mean, I already got a Hawk 2. I'm trading every one of my books to get this Hawk 1. When I already got a Hawk 2. Like, I'm already halfway there with the Hawk 2.
I'm just asking that question because I hear a lot of people say that they would give up everything just to get one book. I wouldn't do it myself.
Yeah. Now, an Action 1.
I'd rather have all my shit instead of just one book. But
if I could get an Action 1, like serious, complete action, I would do it. And I think everybody would appreciate it.
And then what? You just start all over trying to collect all those books, or would you be done?
I would start over.
Yeah, you'd have to.
And just get what I could. But for like an Action 1 or Tech 27, now Cap 1, I don't think I could. I think I probably got more than Cap 1 worth money.
I couldn't do it for a Cap 1, but
I would love that book. But
yeah, I want it. I just couldn't do it for that. I wouldn't be able to give up my whole collection.
I think I can get a first Wonder Woman with about a quarter of my collection. I don't need to trade my whole collection for it. I can't get an Action 1 or Tech 27 with my books. That would be a gift me if I could get that. Superman 1? Superman 1 and Batman 1 is kind of interesting. It's
Batman
like,
one for sure because the Joker, right? That's the one there for me. But then
how we get to, as much of a Superman fan I am, I completely agree with Bleeker. Batman 1 is the superior book. It should be worth more money. Superman 1 is just a solo book. Now, it might be the first solo superhero character ever, but fucking Batman 1 actually has real first appearances in it. It's not just a solo. You know what I mean? Like, greatest
Batman
villain.
over Superman 1 any day.
You got to take the Batman 1 over. I'm a huge
you have
Superman fan.
to.
You got to take the Batman 1.
Yeah,
So
you
no
have
problem.
to. You do. Joker's too iconic.
Yeah, who's a greater villain than fucking Joker ever?
Yeah, he's too iconic, man.
Way too big. So Batman 1 should. I mean, you got Catwoman, you got Joker. I don't know who else's first appearance, but that's pretty good. Now Tech 27 Super Action 1. I'm always taking Action.
Wow. Yeah, you've got to. Oh, yeah, that would be hard for me. That's a hard decision for me, to be honest.
It's not
I
just
guess
the first superhero. He's a badass.
it is the superhero. Superman is the superhero. I get it, but man, that's still really hard for me. Batman's just fucking awesome, bro. I don't know if I. That's difficult.
I'm gonna take off, Biggie. Thanks for having me on here.
Oh yeah, thank you, Galore, man. I
Cheers,
really
Galore.
appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you got to join us for a minute.
Later, guys.
There, big dog. Yeah, Uncle Galore's a good guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he pops on here every now and again. It's pretty cool.
I was never on a stream with him before. This is like the first time I ever talked to him.
He's pretty smart. He likes his books. He knows pretty good history.
He certainly got his opinions. He's definitely got good opinions.
Now the whole there are a lot of golden age books printed, but like I said, a lot of comic books got destroyed, and you're talking time. But they did get distributed very high at one point. Like that's what Doc tells me. Now on the census, you only see so many.
Well, they got distributed very high, but they were like wartime comics, and like the guys in the war, they got like left in
times a little rough.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they were treated with a lot of respect.
A lot more copies. There's definitely way more copies than people give them credit for them to be out there. There's a lot of copies out there.
Yeah, a lot of
those copies, but there's a lot of copies out there. Like on some Golden Age books, they even write it right on the freaking book, selling.
I love these
every month.
I love these Golden Age fans and shit, and I love their enthusiasm. And when they see like 6 or 10 or 12 books on the census of certain books, they nut. They're like, oh no, there's only 12 on the census. Okay, well it's a Dell Silver Age from 1960, and it's like it's just not a lot of people might have wanted to fucking submit that book. You know, there's probably more than you think, bro. There's a lot of fucking people that collect books that don't let people know. A lot of people don't slab. I know a lot of Ohio guys, they don't slab. They just keep them in boards and bags.
Golden Age collectors for sure almost don't slab exclusively. They fucking
They've
hate
always,
slab.
Yeah.
I got one of those books that are like 6 on the census, but they're freaking, nobody wants it. It's not worth like it's worth a few hundred. It's not
what is it, Ninja Funk?
No, Man Comics #1.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said nobody wants it.
No. Nobody wants it because they canceled everything that says man in the title.
This has 26 on the census. It's a Dell 1962. Now, it's an actually cool looking book. It's a Dracula #1. I'm pretty sure it's a #1. And there's only 26. Now, do I think that makes it work? Like, there's probably fucking 200 or 300 of these things.
I have the Wolfman to that and the Frankenstein to that. I'm missing that one.
No shit. Like the original ones.
Yeah, I've got the Wolfman and the Frankenstein.
Oh, you gotta show me, bro. I didn't know you had those.
Yeah.
But you gotta admit that when there's only a handful on the census, it does make a difference as far as people willing to shell out a couple extra dollars to get it.
But I don't know why the census is that. I don't know why it I don't know why it gains that much notoriety. Like, why are we gauging books on how many is on the census? I don't know if I like that.
Because they're trying to figure out how many in the certain grades are in circulation right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, what?
a lot of this.
Isn't every other book done by whatever eBay fucking last sold bullshit? That's what everybody's on about these days.
Yeah, but it's impossible to tell the grade if they're on eBay and they're raw.
Look at my guy Doc. He's got 1 million slabs, right?
Yeah.
He's got a ton of them. How many times has he actually submitted?
Not
One-
very many. He buys them
One
that way, though,
fucking
right?
time.
Me
One
too.
time he submitted books, right?
Well,
So
sometimes it's easier to buy it that way than to find it that way, depending on the
That's
trade.
what I do. I don't send it to CGC. I'm going to send it to CGC. I've been saying this for the longest time.
you don't have to submit books if people can buy them raw. They just buy them raw and keep them. People don't give a fuck as much as what people think. Like
There's some books I want to submit for my own personal PC.
I give a fuck. The problem I'm finding now is people pricing their books at CGC prices without actually being graded. So,
That's
like,
ridiculous. I would never pay CGC price for a raw book.
I know it's fucking absolutely, it's astounding and it's gross to me, man. I fucking want to.
People do that all the fucking time, and it makes me bonkers. They do
Yeah.
that on auctions all the time. They're like, "Oh, this is what's going for." Yeah, for a CGC graded book, not for a raw book that maybe might come back as a nice.
Perhaps and I always say this to auctioneers, if it was going to come back that way, you should probably send it and then make the money off it. You know, if you think it's a 9.8, fucking send it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what? So you're going to throw the buck onto the next person, so they can send it in. And guess what? If they send it in and get back in 6 months, are you going to give them a refund?
Exactly. Are you? No, you're not gonna. You're like, oh, sorry, bro. You know, it was close. Whatever.
yeah,
No, there's no-
appreciate you guys, man. August, he's a great DC silver collector. He got a lot of books for $4. A lot of his best books only cost him $4 to buy. I remember that, Agu. You're my buddy. Air Spider, dude, one of the funkiest, dopest dudes in the community. Appreciate Air Spider. He's got some sharp opinions, brother, but you just got to go with the flow with old Air Spider. We got that FF6 Doom, dude. I was watching a Kirby fucking documentary. You know, Kirby said that old Dr. Doom ain't much different than all of us. The only thing is he's got this little scar on his chin. He's insecure about it. You don't like people that don't have scars on his chin. And he's going to make sure we all know he don't like them. So that's why he wears the mask. But he might actually do a good meal before he kills you. That's what
Hey,
Kirby
Biggie,
said.
sometimes I get the impression that you like Jack Kirby. Is that the case?
I do like Jack Kirby a lot. Yo, Doom is one of Kirby's favorite villains.
Start talking shit about Jack Kirby. See Biggie go fucking ballistic.
FF6, baby. So I saw somebody got an AOK Ghost Rider 1, and I was like, yo, that would be dope because I got an AOK Ghost Rider 1.
Boom. It's a nice one, buddy.
Yeah, I saw someone else got one. I was like, man, that's really cool. You know, people give away. I'm like, yo, I'm one of those guys that got one of those. So that's cool. Shout out to my guy. I'm not trying to forget his fucking name. Why am I forgetting his name? The guy that kind of got ran off. Wasn't the greatest. Help me out, Chad. Who was it? He did like omnis and shit. Anyways, it'll come to me in a minute. And I'm gonna show him FF48, and I'm gonna give y'all a chance to show some books. Oh yeah.
What are you talking about? Randall from where?
Ah, fuck, man. First edition. That was his name. First edition. Thank you, First edition. He used to collect omnis a lot, but he ended up having a bad time at auctions and ain't with the community anymore. That's why it was kind of weird. But
I don't know, man. I'm starting to think about collecting omnibuses myself, honestly. Stop collecting runs, just pick up bigger books in the floppy form, and then collect the omnibus for the rest of it.
You definitely got to have space and patience to be collecting runs. That's the problem. I'm at the point where I'm thinking about just keeping what I want and getting rid of like entire runs.
I really am as well, Journey. Honestly, it's just so. It, I'm a single guy living in a 1 bedroom apartment, man. Like it's not like I've got fucking oodles of space to put my shit, you know.
We're not that much different in their case, man. So I'm living in an apartment too, and I'm living in freaking boxes. So I don't want to fucking live like that. You know?
Yeah, me neither, bro. Man, like, don't get me wrong. Right now, I've got everything. Like, I can't really grab all my comics. If I went to go looking, I've got some bigger ones pulled out, like that are in a drawer. But other than that, I can't like get at my comics. They're under my bed right now, and they're all, you know, and the couch is in front of that, and I put my bed on a fucking pedestal so like it could be up, so I could have a couple boxes under there. It's absolutely fucking, it's terrifying, but it's all right. It does the trick.
Like you have like big runs of books.
Yeah, I've got big. I collect Batman. I collect Spider Man. I collect fuck. I collected so much shit. I collected the entire Future State, every book, every fucking spin-off, every motherfucker.
Oh fuck that!
Yeah, I
I'm
got
not
a lot
doing
of
that
runs,
anymore.
and then of course I got some singles as well, and just weird shit. I got a lot of mini series. I seem to like mini series quite a bit because I don't have to invest in them as much.
I'm not doing that shit anymore with the fucking future of states and the this and that. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
done with all that shit, bro. I'm done with all that.
I got all of the Grim Knight, all the Batman Who Laughs, all those. I got
Batman
around the
Glass is
800.
great. Yeah.
So many
Yeah.
fucking books, and most of them suck. That's the problem.
No, those were great though.
No, the
Like
Batman Glass was good, and
I like the whole Donny Cates Venom run,
yeah.
Cosmic Ghost Rider. I got all that. I was into all that shit.
I didn't get the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I really wish I did, but I didn't. That's too bad. But that's all
Hulk
right.
Marines. Y'all remember that? Weapon H. I got a bunch of that shit. I thought that was great. I thought those were good. I like this new Panther run. I like the Hulk. I like the Hulk annual I got today. I like a bunch of the new books.
I liked the Immortal Hulk was amazing. The Immortal Hulk.
Immortal Hulk was great. Yeah, I
so
ended up
good.
getting some of them too. Fuck yeah, bro. Those are
One of
great.
the best Hulk stories of all time, bro. Come on.
It's pretty
I like
good.
the
It's-
original Hulk.
most
that,
Hulk
Journey?
stories.
I miss the original Hulk.
Yeah, that's
Most
fair.
Hulk
That's
stories
fair.
are great.
I just really liked what they. It was very horror inspired. I really enjoyed Immortal Hulk quite a bit.
You know what
Right.
I didn't like about it? I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. Like there was a lot of things I did like about it, but I didn't like the fact that he cut his body into pieces and freaking comes back again. I don't like that shit. Like when they make characters that like OP, where you could literally cut them into little pieces and they grow back. Like what the
Okay,
fuck?
that like overpowered, sort of like Deadpool, and
Yeah,
I
I
guess
don't like that shit. Like
Lobo's the same way. He can grow back from a single drop of blood. So
you know, if it was one specific character that was done, like the Lobo, that happened because he was freaking banned from hell.
yeah. He
You know,
also
and-
didn't he
and
also
he's not-
murder his didn't he also kill his entire planet so he would be like immortal or some bullshit?
yeah, the guy's like supposed to be a parody character to start with. So, like, all right, that's different. But like, if you're a mainstream character that's supposed to be like, you know, like one of the like cornerstones of the Marvel universe, what the fuck, man? Cut me into little pieces and then like,
So we're gonna get out of here, but before we do, we're gonna do a 10-bell salute for Chad RCG. He was a good friend of mine. I've been saying I've been wanting to do this for a while, and means even more when I got friends around to do it with me. So you guys will all join me in a moment of silence. You guys got anything else to say before we get out of here? You guys got? I know you got the hunt going pretty soon, right? Bleak?
Yeah. We'll be on at what is it, 11 Eastern or whatever the case is. So
Nice. Journey, you got anything going on?
I don't know. I'll probably do Insomniac tonight.
oh fuck
Good.
yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah. Send me a link.
You got
Oh,
it.
Pop. Yeah, me too, bro. Oh, Pop. If I appreciate you hopping
You
on.
guys know the link. The link drops in the chat every time. You know.
Yeah, you do. You drop it in. You do drop it in.
It's open invite.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thanks for everybody that came through in the chat. I appreciate everybody. So I'm gonna mute all y'all's mics while we go for this moment of silence, and we're going to do a 10-bell salute. And everybody in the chat, please dip your heads and enjoy the memories of Chad. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of me and Chad. I actually got to meet my man at C2E2, guys, and got to say a few words to my guy Chad. I gave him a big hug. We all love you, Chad. We all miss you, buddy. And thank you, everybody on panel that got to join me. I'm gonna turn this up so everybody can hear the 10 bell salute. And after the 10 bell salute, we'll get out of here, guys.